Crazy? Me? No.
I feel like, honestly, since I was really young, I've sort of walked my own path, even in terms of my tastes, like sonically and visually. Didn't really think that video games would do that much, sort of a 5-minute love song. I had a vision of making my life a work of art, and I was looking for people who also felt that way.
If you surround yourself with the right people, everything's magic.
Lana Del Rey has been accused of being a fake persona, of glorifying sadness, of romanticizing trauma, and also of being the internet's favorite poet. Somehow, all of these things are true at the same time.
You thought I was rich, and I am.
So, how exactly did Lana Del Rey, an artist who was once dismissed as a manufactured image, called inauthentic, boring, and too sad, become one of the most influential figures in pop music? Well, it's because Lana isn't just a person, she's a world. One built out of melancholia, Americana, and cigarette ash. She's proved that when you build a cohesive, emotionally honest aesthetic and commit to it with your entire soul, people don't just follow you, they believe in you. Hello everybody, it's Nessi. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're talking about how Lana Del Rey became one of the most polarizing and iconic figures in pop culture simply by being aesthetic, but more importantly, how she stayed there by being authentic, or at least authentic enough, because there's a difference between faking an aesthetic and actually building one. So without further ado, let's dive in. Before she was Lana Del Rey, she was just Lizzie Grant, a singer-songwriter from New York with a bleach blonde bob and a pretty average indie sound. She was talented, but let's just say she wasn't writing odes to doomed love over string-heavy ballads yet. Her early work under her real name, Elizabeth Woolridge Grant, is still floating around online if you know where to look, and if you do find it, you'll notice something immediately. It's not bad, but it doesn't sound like Lana Del Rey.
It only takes 2 hours to Nevada.
It sounds like someone who was trying to find herself, or maybe trying to find the version of herself that people would listen to. And then suddenly Lizzie was gone. Enter Lana Del Rey, a name that sounds like it was made to be whispered on vinyl between cigarette puffs. It was reportedly inspired by old Hollywood actress Lana Turner and the Ford Del Rey car, and just like that, she had completely reinvented herself, but not in a flashy, look at my comeback kind of way. She didn't rebrand, she shapeshifted. She showed up with video games, a lo-fi, sad, haunting track.
Swinging in the backyard, pull up in your fast car.
No dancing, no flashy visuals, just an emotionally numb pace, vintage home footage, and a love story that felt like watching someone drown in slow motion while wearing red lipstick. Critics didn't know what to do with her. People online were confused. Who was this woman? Was she a genius? Was she a scam? Was this performance art? Was she just sad? Rolling Stone accused her of being a label plant. The New York Times questioned whether she was manufactured. And when she gave us that infamous live performance on SNL in 2012, let's just say the internet was not feeling generous.
I'm a little nervous for SNL. I've done live television in Europe, but never in America, no TV here yet. So, you know, you just hope it goes well and you don't up.
Start your life over. I was like, no, please.
Her stage presence was kinda awkward, her vocals were shaky, people said she bombed. She became a punchline before she ever had the chance to explain what the joke was supposed to be. But here's the catch, Lana never explained. She didn't do the PR damage control thing, she just kept making music. The same kind of music, in the same aesthetic, in the same haunting, melancholic, old Hollywood meets Americana vibe. She didn't react to the criticism, she outlived it. That mystery is what made her magnetic, and the longer she committed to it, the more it stopped feeling like a persona and started feeling like the truth. Let's be honest, if you were on Tumblr between 2012 and 2015, Lana Del Rey was basically your emotional support aesthetic. She wasn't just a singer, she was a mood board with a microphone. But Tumblr was a strange place. It was like a digital diary where teenagers shared their deepest feelings and then reposted a picture of a cigarette next to a broken heart. It was all about curated sadness, and no one does that better than Lana Del Rey. From the start, Lana's aesthetic hit a nerve. The American flag, but make it melancholic. Marilyn Monroe glamour, but make it tragic. Daddy issues energy, but somehow poetic. She basically invented the sad girl archetype for the digital age. And the thing is, she didn't just make sadness look good, she made it feel valid. At the time, most mainstream pop was all about empowerment, resilience, glittery confidence, which to be fair also has its place, but Lana, she made space for a different kind of emotional expression, one that wasn't polished, one that didn't give a resolution, and one that didn't pretend everything was okay.
People who've been listening to my music for a little while know that I'm more of a writer and like a studio singer. So I think if you come to the show, you really just come to hear the songs on the record that you might like. You can't expect too much from my show.
Her music was cinematic in its sadness. It wasn't I'm over it, it was I'm over it, but maybe I will never be, and that's fine. And for a generation of young people navigating mental health, identity, heartbreak, and that very specific Tumblr brand of undeniable dread, Lana was the unofficial therapist, and millions of people joined her because behind the glamour there was something real. Lana wasn't just sad to be edgy, she was sad because life is sad sometimes, and instead of running from that, she turned it into poetry. Lana Del Rey's career has never been smooth sailing, and maybe it was never meant to be. From the beginning, her image sparked debate, not because she was too perfect, but because she was too constructed. Her name, her voice, her vintage sadness, all of it felt curated. And for a lot of people, that was intimidating, especially in an era obsessed with relatability. But then came the deeper critiques, the ones that cut through the surface. In 2020, Lana posted what's now infamously known as her question for the culture. In it, she asked why women like Doja Cat, Cardi B, and Beyonce could sing about sexuality and still be praised, while she was being criticized for writing about emotional submission and flawed love. And let's just say the backlash was immediate and intense. The problem wasn't the question, it was how she asked it. By specifically naming mostly Black and Latina artists as examples of acceptable womanhood, Lana unintentionally turned a conversation about artistic double standards into one about race, privilege, and tone deafness. And the thing is, she didn't even issue a public apology. She didn't explain herself on talk shows. She just kept going. She actually released a a poetry book and then dropped another album. But this wasn't her only mishap. There was the mesh face mask incident at a book signing. Yes, mesh in the middle of a pandemic. There were scattered interviews where she seemed disconnected from the reality most people live in. She's been called out for glamorizing abuse, for romanticizing sadness, for being careless with imagery and language. And honestly, some of those criticisms were valid. Well, actually, most of them. Lana has always walked the tightrope between art and aesthetic, and sometimes she stumbles. But here's the thing, she's never tried to be perfect. In fact, she has made a career out of imperfection, emotional, chaotic, vulnerable imperfection. She has always exposed herself, she's always exposed the messy parts, and so when she gets it wrong, it doesn't feel like a betrayal of brand, it feels kind of consistent. And in a culture where so many artists hide behind carefully worded PR statements, that kind of flawed honesty is strangely refreshing. Yes, she's been criticized, sometimes fairly, sometimes unfairly, but she always returns not with a new version of herself, but with a new chapter in the same story. And maybe that's why people don't want to let it go, because even when she falters, Lana Del Rey never pretends to be anything other than Lana Del Rey. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this one. I'm not gonna lie, my channel has been struggling lately. I think maybe because I don't upload more often, but these videos really take me a long time to do research and make the script and edit. I would love to upload more often, but I'm trying my best. Maybe I should make shorter videos, I don't know, but please let me know your thoughts on this video. What do you think about Lana Del Rey's aesthetic? Do you see it as authentic, curated, or a little bit of both? I would love to hear your thoughts, and with that being said, thank you so much for being here, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you very, very soon.
Listen, I love you, and you know that. And I said it before in Hollywood the other day. But I only sing for you, and you know that.